Imagine living your entire life inside one room. Same four walls, same view out the window, same routine every single day with nothing new to see or touch or discover. Now ask yourself a question most people never think to ask. What if that's exactly how millions of pet fish spend their lives? We picture fish as calm, simple creatures content to drift through the water without a thought in their heads. But newer research is painting a very different picture. Fish may feel curiosity, they may feel frustration, and they may experience something that looks a lot like boredom. If that's true, it changes everything about how we see them. For generations, fish have been treated like living decorations. They add color to a room, swim quietly in the background, and never ask for much. A dog barks when it wants something. A cat scratches at the door. Fish don't have any of that. No sound, no obvious signal, so we assume that as long as the water's clean and the food keeps coming, they're fine. But their behavior tells a different story. Scientists studying fish cognition have found that many species can solve problems, remember locations for months, recognize the humans who care for them, and even learn just by watching others. So here's the real question: if fish are smart enough to learn to remember, to explore, can they also get bored? The answer isn't a simple yes or no, but it's far more interesting than most people expect. Before we can answer, we need to understand what boredom actually is. It isn't just having nothing to do. It's a mental state that shows up when the brain isn't getting enough stimulation to work with. Humans feel it in long meetings and repetitive routines. Dogs feel it when they're left alone all day with no outlet for their energy. Parrots start plucking their own feathers when their world stops changing. The pattern is the same every time. Curious animals need something to interact with. Take that away, and their behavior starts to shift. Fish may not experience boredom exactly the way we do. We can't just ask them. But scientists can watch what happens when a fish's world becomes too predictable. And that's where it gets interesting. For years, people believed fish had almost no memory at all, the old 3-second myth that refuses to die. It's simply false. Some fish remember feeding spots for months. Some recognize individual members of their group. Some learn complicated routes through their environment without any trouble. Archerfish shoot jets of water at insects sitting in trees above the surface, adjusting their aim for distance and the way light bends through water. Wrasse remember exactly where their cleaning stations are, the spots where bigger fish show up to have parasites picked off. Goldfish have been trained to follow color targets and even navigate simple obstacle courses. None of that happens without curiosity. And once an animal is wired to explore, taking away every chance to do it creates a problem. But here's the strange part: boredom in fish doesn't always look like doing nothing. Sometimes it looks like doing too much. We picture a bored animal lying still. Fish often do the opposite. Some start swimming the same loop over and over for no reason. Others pace endlessly along the glass. Some dig at the same spot in the substrate with no purpose behind it. Some start nipping at decorations or at other fish far more than usual. These repeating behaviors can be a sign that something in the tank isn't meeting the fish's needs. That said, they're not proof on their own. Bad water quality, illness, stress, or aggression can all look similar. A responsible fish keeper never jumps straight to boredom as the answer. But when the water's clean, the fish is healthy, and the behavior keeps repeating anyway, mental understimulation becomes a real possibility. And what most owners never consider is this: sometimes the problem isn't the fish at all. It's the world we've built around it. Picture waking up every day to a room that never changes. The furniture stays exactly where it is. Nothing new ever shows up. No visitors, no surprises, nothing unexpected ever. Even the nicest room in the world would start to feel empty after enough time. That's the experience a lot of aquariums accidentally create. The same decorations sit in the same spots for years. Feeding happens the same way at the same time every single day. Nothing ever asks the fish to think, adapt, or search. In the wild, a fish's day is full of decisions. Where to find food, how to avoid a predator, where to hide, whether to fight for territory, who to court, how to handle a shifting current. Every day brings new information to process. A small tank strips almost all of that away, which is exactly why enrichment has become such a big topic in modern fish care. Enrichment just means making an animal's world more engaging for its mind. For fish, that doesn't mean piling and stimulation, it means giving them chances to act the way they naturally would. Rearranging decorations every so often creates new spaces to investigate. Live plants add texture and places to hide. Floating objects break up the light in new patterns. Some owners hide food in different spots instead of dropping it in the same place every time. Certain species respond well to a bit of current, something that encourages more natural swimming. Even changing what's visible outside the tank can spark a moment of curiosity. The goal was never entertainment. The goal is choice, giving a fish the ability to decide where to swim, where to hide, what to investigate. That sense of control matters more than most people give it credit for. Not every fish needs the same things either. A solitary betta lives a completely different life than a schooling tetra. An active cichlid explores in a way a slow-moving, fancy goldfish never will. Some fish guard territory. Others never leave the safety of the group. Some check every corner of their space. Others feel safest staying hidden, which means boredom, if it happens, won't look the same across every species. What excites one fish might stress another out entirely. The real question isn't what decoration looks good in this tank. It's what kind of world would this fish choose for itself in the wild. That one shift in thinking can completely change how a tank is set up. Maybe the biggest surprise here isn't whether fish get bored. It's that we're even asking the question in the first place. For a long time, we measured animal intelligence by how much it resembled our own. Fish never scored well on that scale. But scientists now ask a different question, not whether an animal thinks like us, but whether it can solve the problems its own life throws at it. By that measure, fish hold up remarkably well. They remember, they recognize, they learn, they adapt. Some even cooperate across species. The more we study them, the harder it becomes to write them off as simple. Fish don't smile. They don't wag anything. They don't climb into your lap looking for attention. But their silent world holds a lot more going on than we ever gave it credit for. Owning fish creates a quieter kind of bond, quieter than a dog, less obvious than a cat. The connection happens through watching, not touching. Over time, plenty of owners notice their fish swimming toward them at feeding time, recognizing routines, growing more comfortable around the people who care for them. Whether that's affection, learned association, or simple recognition is still an open question. But one thing isn't in question. Fish are paying attention, far more than we ever assumed. So do fish get bored? Science can't say for certain that fish feel boredom exactly the way we do. But the evidence keeps pointing the same direction. Many fish need stimulation, variety, and the chance to behave the way nature built them to. Take those things away, and their behavior changes in ways that are hard to ignore. Maybe this was never really about boredom. Maybe it's about respect. Next time you watch a fish drifting quietly across a tank, don't assume nothing is happening behind those small, still eyes. There might be curiosity in there. There might be memory. There might even be the quiet urge to explore a world that's become just a little too familiar. Sometimes the quietest animals are simply the hardest to read. And the moment we start paying closer attention, we usually find out they were telling us a lot more than we ever realized.